Alright, SlimmBob here. Time for another video. This time, my thoughts on the trailer. Now, I don't like to judge things before they come out, right? But I have to. I've got to speak my mind on this. Alright, the Video Game Award things, I don't know what the fuck they are. I don't give a shit, right? But they showed a trailer. Alright, Metal Gear Solid Rising. It's been in development for a couple of years now, I think, and we'd not heard out about it in a long time. And we recently found out that Mr. Kojima sacked the lead producer on it. And at these Video Game Awards, the Spike Video Game Awards, he's basically telling us what he's done with Rising. And alright, what he's done, he's give it to Platinum Games, which, alright, I'm not bashing them. Platinum Games, brilliant developer. They're very innovative. Like, the Bayonetta were very good. I weren't very keen on it, but for what it were really good. For that Japanese hack and slash style, it's probably the best one I've played, actually. Like that Devil May Cry style. So it were very good. Vanquish. I liked the slide and all that. It felt really over the top. It was great. Alright. Alright, this is Metal Gear Rising. They can't do a Metal Gear. They can't. You look at the gameplay in this trailer. Maybe I'm judging it. Maybe they're just trying to make it seem action-packed, but it just looks like Devil May Cry. Like a Metal Gear game. It looks good. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It looks like good gameplay. Like, it looks like there's going to be quick time events and stuff. So it's an interactive cutscene, you know, like God of War style, which, you know, I really like that in God of War. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why Kojima has allowed this. This is Metal Gear's his baby, right? It's this franchise I've grown up with all my life. It's Metal Gear. Right, I looked at a comment and all. Like, somebody basically said this doesn't look like a Metal Gear Solid game. And someone replied saying, it's a Metal Gear Rising game, so it's going to be completely different. Now, I'm sorry, but Metal Gear, just Metal Gear, is about stealth. It's about stealth, and people, it kind of winds me up because there is no reason to change that, right? Every Metal Gear that's come out, I'm saying every main Metal Gear that's come out, they've sold right well. They've advanced gaming. They have in some way advanced the industry, and they're some of the best games ever made. I don't understand. There is absolutely no reason to change the formula. And I don't mean by, alright, the formula hasn't changed, it's just that alright, now look at it this way, Metal Gear 1, it's right confusing. There's no bloody numbers on those, so it's confusing. Metal Gear 2's same, but that takes gameplay from first one. And it just advances it, and it just, the scale of everything grows. The codec as well is improved. There's a lot of great improvements. Metal Gear Solid, right, that was the first one in 3D. That created the cinematic game, essentially. The 3D cutscenes, you know, and all that. It created a proper cinematic game, and you can't really dispute. Well, they probably might. There'll be something else, like the FMV games, you know, on PC and Sega CD, which no one played and things. But Metal Gear Solid 2, that showed the power of the PS2, and it gave you, you know, the interactivity. That really did show how you can create an interactive environment, like with the lockers, shooting bottles and magazines and things. Metal Gear Solid 3 showed it was possible to create a jungle and stuff like that. Metal Gear Solid 4, like, showed the ability to create factions on the battlefield dynamically, and, you know, there's always been so many Easter eggs. My point is, the Metal Gear Solid series the Metal Gear series. You see, that's the thing, I've always looked at it as a Metal Gear series on its own. The full series is just, it's changed the face of gaming, and just, it's such a unique style, and that's what separates it from other things. This game looks like a Devil May Cry clone. There's no other way to put it. It don't have that, don't look like it has that identity. I love Devil May Cry though. Not sex, that's the thing, I do really like those kind of games. It's just, Metal Gear is not that. Metal Gear is something else completely. It don't make sense. Why do you think Sonic Unleashed was so crap? Because they bloody stuck in platforming God of War clone. Of course it didn't help that they weren't well made. But even still, you don't buy that kind of game wanting that. Like this fucking Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, it's going to be crap because it's not a team-based strategy game. It's not a squad-based multiplayer game. Resident Evil is not that. It's about survival horror. This, I don't know what else to say. You need to watch a trailer. If you don't know what I'm on about, watch a trailer. And a lot of people are very optimistic about this game. I don't think they understand Metal Gear. I don't think they understand what the series is about. They might have just played last couple or something. Because to me, it's a very strange decision by Kojima, to be honest. And I really liked the initial idea. To me, the whole point, because, you know, Raiden goes in, Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden played the same as Snake. He essentially played the same Snake. The only difference was he had a roll. Like, he did a cartwheel instead of a forward roll. That was literally the only difference. And there were some missions in Subsistence where he was a ninja. And that was the bit where everyone thought, now what about if Raiden had his own game as a ninja? The thing is, this game, he looks immortal. If it's an hack and slash game, for instance, it's against soldiers, right? Now, how does a hack and slash game work like that? Unless you covertly take them out, you know, these people and things. I don't understand how it can work. Unless there's fighting machines all the way through game. How's it going to work? Because people shoot him, there'll be snipers and things. That's the thing with Metal Gear though. It's a strategy game in a way, because you're learning enemy, you know, patrol patterns, and you're finding all these secrets. That's what I thought it'd be, Rising. I thought it'd be more loose, like he could have a more action-based approach, and that, you know, I just thought it'd be in the same vein. But this looks nothing like Metal Gear. And in the trailer they just shove in like geckos and Metal Gear Ray. How can you just shove in Metal Gear Ray so fucking casually? And this story, this was supposed to take place between 2 and 4, where you were supposed to find out what the fuck Raiden did in between those, you know, how we found Sonny and things like that. Because that was such a looming question. We've still not got that question answered after fuck knows how many years. Like, well, Metal Gear Solid 2 2002, so it's 9 years later, we still have no idea how Raiden found Sonny, and that was his goal. At the end of Metal Gear Solid 2, it's like, I'm going to find Olga's child. We still don't know. This was a perfect opportunity to do that, and it's a missed opportunity. It's a missed opportunity. That was original story, though, that's the thing. They've changed it now, so it's set after Metal Gear Solid 4. So that means everything you did in Metal Gear Solid 4, of destroying JD and all that, fucking pointless, because now they've just created a new one, just for the sake of it. And that's my point. In this timeline, unless this isn't, like, alternate timeline, the timeline in Metal Gear, it ends at Metal Gear Solid 4, that is the end. When Snake dies, well, he doesn't die at the end, but you know what I mean, those 6 months he's got left to live. After that, it's dead. Metal Gear's done. I might be overreacting, I think I am a bit. But it's wound me up. I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. It's notes have really stood out as much. You know, like in terms of a story in a game, Metal Gear is just, it's so. Thing is, it's Kojima takes so much time and so much thought. It's his vision, and it's always so intricate. And that team. That's my point. The team Platinum Games are not story makers. They don't do stories, they make great gameplay. I just don't see how Metal Gear's gonna work by those guys. It's not their field, that's the thing. You know what I mean? You won't get team who makes FIFA to, you know, do a Street Fighter game, would you? It just makes no sense. Oh, God. So yeah, what's your thoughts on Metal Gear Rising? Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, it's called. Revengeance. It's a real word, I think. Is it? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to check now. I'm going to stick it in Microsoft Word. Revengeance. It's a word. Oh no, it's not. Wait. No, it's not a word. It's not in English language anyway. It might be American word. I don't know. But either way, I just fucking don't like to. Why have they done that? You get my point. What do you think about Rising? I'll probably get it when it comes out. You know, like once I'll calm down and I'll look at it a different way and I'll get it because it's got Metal Gear in the title and I'm a fucking sucker. Plus Platinum Games, they do make good games. I might just have to look at it as an unofficial, you know, thing. So I'll have to look at it like that, like, you know. So we'll see. This is SlimmBob. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.